Hi, Vittorio. Are you working overtime today again?
Oh, hi Loretta. Sorry, I was just about to contact you and tell you myself, you see. I'm currently busy right now with the project I'm working on, but one of our team members says he can't work overtime today, so it was decided I would take his place.
That's what you say. But in reality, you're just so bad at your job that you have to do overtime to finish, right?
I don't think I'm that bad at my job, but...
Anyways, you're going to come home late today, right?
Yep, judging by what I still have left to do, it'll probably be past 10 when I get home.
Is that so? If that's the case, then I'm going to leave the house and leave you the divorce papers.
What? The divorce papers?
I want to get divorced with you.
What are you suddenly talking about, Loretta?
Sorry, but I've already decided that I'm going to divorce you.
I'm telling you, what in the world are you talking about? I'm trying to ask why it is that you want to get divorced. It feels like you suddenly splashed a bucket of cold water on my face, so explain yourself.
You see, I got proposed to by my boyfriend.
What? Your boyfriend?
Yeah, today was our 1-year anniversary. We've been going out for a year now. We went to a restaurant with a nice view of the city at night, and that's when he said that he wanted to get married to me. To be honest with you, I've been waiting for this moment for so long. I had already decided that I would get divorced with you as soon as he proposes to me.
Hold on, Loretta. This means that you cheated on me, right?
No, it's not like that. This isn't cheating because we love each other from the bottom of our hearts.
Oh, so you're going to use that excuse if it's not cheating if it's true love?
Huh? What in the world are you talking about?
That's what almost everyone who cheats says when they're caught. They don't like how the word cheating sounds because it makes them seem like they did something wrong, which in reality, they did. But they deny it by saying that it isn't wrong because it's true love or whatever.
Huh? What's your problem? Why are you suddenly just accepting that I'm divorcing you? You're not even a little mad that your wife got stolen from you by another man?
Well, to be honest, I do feel a little shocked, but you just told me that you're cheating on me a bit too openly. So I kind of feel calm and a little exasperated. I mean, I guess this also means that I didn't really love you anymore. And I was just kind of living with you because you were my wife. I didn't realize it now, but you opened my eyes with this news of yours.
Is that so? Well, that's all I wanted to tell you. I don't care what you think anymore because I found someone so much better than you. You can do whatever you want from now on, for all I care.
That's so. Well, I'll ask you just in case, but you're not going to tell me later on that you actually don't want to get divorced when you were the one who asked for it, right?
Of course I won't. You see, my boyfriend is highly valued at his company and is soon to get a promotion. Unlike you, he isn't as useless to be told by his company to move to their subsidiary company as a demotion after your current project is finished.
I'm getting demoted. Where did you get that information?
You said it yourself, right? That your company was telling you to move to the subsidiary company once you were done with your current project?
That just means I was chosen to be one of the founding members of our new subsidiary company. It doesn't actually mean that I'm getting demoted.
Shut up. Unlike you, my boyfriend is both handsome and competent. And he's headed straight for a promotion. If you want to get back together with me, then you have to get a higher position in your company than him.
It seems like you've got no intention of listening to what I actually have to say.
Yup, I don't. I heard that truly competent people never work overtime. But you, on the other hand, are so incompetent that you work overtime almost every day. Not only that, but you're going to be moved to a subsidiary company once your current project is over. Someone like that doesn't deserve to be my husband, no matter how you look at it. I don't want to have to listen to a piece of trash like you.
I don't deserve to be your husband, huh? Well, now that I think about it, I seriously don't understand why you think so highly of yourself. I mean, you can't even support yourself with that salary you earn from that part-time job of yours. Anyway, I still have work to do, so I'll end our conversation here.
What? So what if I don't earn enough money to support myself? I only got a job in the first place because you kept complaining about how I just laid around all day. It's not my job to support myself in the first place anyways. It's yours as my husband. You're just so incompetent that you can't even earn enough money to do that. My new boyfriend, on the other hand, is different. Once we get married, I'll never have to work a day again in my life and do whatever I want all day.
Yeah. What makes you think I wanted to hear all that? Bye then.
Vittorio? Hey, I still have more stuff I want to tell you. Don't just go. You're going to agree to divorce, right? At least answer that. Vittorio, this is why people always call you incompetent. Hey, you didn't turn in the divorce papers yet? But I want to get divorced with you as soon as possible, though.
What? I mean, it's not like you can just immediately marry this boyfriend, you know?
I know. It's a law that I have to wait at least 100 days after I get divorced until I marry him, right? But I want to finish that 100 days as soon as possible. Which is why I also want to get divorced with you as soon as possible. Come on, don't you even get that? Seriously, you're incompetent not just with work, but with stuff like this as well. Jesus, you make me hate you more and more by the day.
Yeah, but there's not going to be any progress until you tell me who this guy you're cheating on me with is, right?
Huh? It's none of your business. Why do you need to know who my boyfriend is anyways? You can't tell me what to do now that we're divorced.
We're not divorced yet, you idiot.
What? But you're just too afraid of losing me and won't turn in the divorce papers. Please just hurry up and turn in those divorce papers. Oh, and could you leave that house you're currently living in?
What in the world are you talking about?
I mean, the location of that house is perfect, right? I just can't let go of such a comfortable place to live in, you know. Not only that, but you're going to be single after we get divorced, right? You don't need an apartment that big with 3 bedrooms, a living room, and a dining room.
Well, that's true, but this is a company-owned apartment, which means that you won't be able to live here once we get divorced.
Why not?
Because you have to be family of a company employee to live here. Seriously, can't you even figure that out for yourself?
Oh, so that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to make you take all the stuff you left lying around here as well.
That's not going to be a problem.
Why is that? I mean, you just work a part-time job that has nothing to do with my company, right?
I'm not going to tell you why.
Huh?
Anyways, you're going to be leaving that house, right?
Well, yeah, I guess. I'll be single after we get divorced, so I'll have to leave this apartment, since one of the conditions of living here is that you're going to be bringing in family with you.
Alright, then that means that either way, that house is going to be mine.
Huh?
Never mind. Just turn in the divorce papers for me. That's the last thing I'm going to ask of you.
Hey, Loretta. I just turned in the divorce papers earlier.
Oh, so you finally turned them in. Jesus, it took you 2 months. Seriously, 2 months? Why didn't you turn them in sooner? Did you think that if you delayed turning them in, my feelings might change and I would cancel the divorce? Wow. I guess you really are incompetent from start to finish. You see, a truly competent person wouldn't just wait around, hoping for something to happen. They would set things into motion and make it happen themselves.
Anyway, I also found out who you were cheating on me with.
Huh?
His name is Benedetto Barone, right? He works on the same project as me and we're on the same team.
What? You found out?
Yep. Benedetto also works for me at the company. I'm his boss.
You're his boss?
Yeah, I'm the project leader. And Benedetto is just a regular member of the team with no special positions.
No way. But he told me that he was your boss at the company.
Well, he did always complain how he had to work under me while I was younger than him. He was probably too proud to admit to you that it was actually the other way round.
What?
The reason I found out that it was Benedetto is because you've been giving me hints as to who it was from time to time.
What? Did I really tell you that much?
Well, first of all, the way you always say I'm incompetent. Well, you see, Benedetto always calls me that as well for some reason, even though I'm his boss. You've been spending time with him, right? That's why you probably picked it up from him. You see, I don't know whether you're conscious of this or not, but it was bugging me how for some reason the two of you were so alike.
Is that it?
No, I have more evidence. The day which he mentioned the divorce to me was also a hint. You see, on that day, Benedetto ignored the work he had to do and went home at 5, instead of doing overtime like he was supposed to. By the way, that's why I had to work overtime that day. Not because I was so incompetent that I couldn't finish my work in time. So, I asked one of the other employees about it, and apparently he was going to propose to a girl he's been going out with. That's when a few hours later you texted me saying that you wanted to get divorced with me, since you got proposed to by your boyfriend.
Huh? But that could all just be a coincidence, you know?
Well, that's true. There's data saying that in Italy a couple gets married once every 50 seconds. I guess the number of proposals is a bit lower than that, but it should mean that it still happens at a similar rate, right?
Yeah, so stop talking like you know for sure who it is. You don't have any concrete proof it's him, do you? I know you probably want to make him pay an alimony, but too bad.
But I'm not done.
What? You still have more?
It was our conversation about the company-owned apartment that made me certain it was him. I said that you wouldn't be able to live in this house anymore once you get divorced with me, right? But for some reason, you were talking as if you would be able to live in this house after you got divorced. That must mean that whoever this was you were cheating on me with was an employee at my company.
Huh? Did I say something like that?
After that, I hired a detective agency to find out who it was you were cheating on me with and gather evidence. At the same time, I hired a lawyer to handle the divorce.
Huh? A lawyer? Don't you think that's a bit of an overreaction?
Even you know that you have to pay an alimony if you cheat on your husband, right?
Well, yeah, but Benedetto said that he is going to be promoted soon and be given a larger salary, so he's going to pay for my alimony as well.
Benedetto's getting promoted. Where did you get that information? Oh, never mind, you heard it from Benedetto himself, didn't you?
But I heard that Benedetto was going to be given a managing position at the subsidiary company you were going to be sent to as a demotion.
What? Not only is he not going to get promotion, but he was fired, you know.
He was fired?
Let me explain first. First of all, you seem to think that I'm getting demoted when my company says that they're relocating me to a subsidiary company. But in reality, it just meant that the project team that me and Benedetto were part of is going to become its own subsidiary company. You see, the employees who were asked to join this project team were basically receiving a promotion.
A promotion?
Yes, provided that they didn't mess up while working on the project, like Benedetto did. Oh, by the way, I became a department head starting from today.
Huh?
You see, as the subsidiary company was started today with our CEO as the project owner, your Benedetto, who you love so much, wasn't there.
But he told me that he was headed straight for a promotion.
He was lying to you. On the other hand, what I'm telling you right now is the truth. Besides, he was fired before the subsidiary company even took off.
What? Why was he fired?
If you'll allow me to borrow you and Benedetto's words, it's because he was incompetent.
Huh? He was incompetent?
You see, the only reason he was asked to join this project team in the first place was because he stole the work of other employees and made it seem like it was his own.
What?
It looks like he was talented at sucking up to his superiors and stealing others' work to make it seem like his own. But once he actually joined the project team and had to actually work, he was completely useless.
But he said himself that he was headed straight for a promotion.
Maybe he thought that just becoming a member of a major project like this was guaranteed to give him a promotion later on. But too bad for him, I guess. Because whether you get promoted or not depends on the work you do while you're actually a member of the project team. It looks like Benedetto didn't understand this, so everyone in the company's evaluation of him suddenly dropped. Not only that, but we found out about how he had stolen others' work in the past. So he was ultimately fired.
Vittorio? If what you're saying is true, then I don't mind getting back together with you.
Why is that? Didn't you tell me yourself that you weren't going to try and get back together with me in the future?
Yeah, but that's because I thought Benedetto had a higher rank in your company than you, which is why I went with him in the first place. I mean, you got a promotion, right? On the other hand, Benedetto was fired. I can't just marry an unemployed person, you know. I think the best option for the both of us would be to just go back to our old lives. Why don't we just forget all of this ever happened, shall we?
Why?
Huh? What do you mean, why? Because I don't want to get married to an unemployed man.
But I'm too incompetent, remember? I'm so incompetent that I can't understand a word you say, so all I can say in return is, why?
Stop joking around.
Why?
Seriously? You're still going to say that?
But you haven't answered my question yet. If you have no intention of answering me, then I think I'll just go now.
What do you mean, answer your question? What kind of answer should I give you?
Well, I guess you'll have to talk to my lawyer from now on. Unlike me, he's very competent, you see.
Vittorio!
Oh, and I sent all of your stuff that you left here to Benedetto's apartment.
What? No way.
Well then, bye. Immediately after this, my ex-wife Loretta tried barging into the company-owned apartment that we used to live in, but I had already moved at the same time the subsidiary company was launched. It looks like Loretta didn't think of this though, and so she repeatedly rang the doorbell and banged and kicked on the front door. Eventually, someone called the police on her, and they had to come take her away. Luckily for her, she got off with a warning. But because of this, Benedetto found out that she wanted to get back together with me, and so they got into a huge fight. That's when the alimony I asked from them arrived. Both of the alimonies, the one I asked from Benedetto and the one I asked from Loretta, arrived on time at a later date, being paid up front. But it looks like it was enough to completely use up both of their savings. Not only that, but since both of their parents had cut ties with them, they had no choice but to continue living with each other. Loretta now works multiple part-time jobs, supporting Benedetto, who is finding it difficult to find a new job. Apparently, they constantly have fights every day.
Cedric, are you coming over again?
Huh? Feels like there's some kind of an annoying and gross presence that's come begging for me. Oh well, if it's not my 40-year-old shut-in sister, Robin. Are you still shutting yourself into that place of yours with no desire of ever coming out? You happen to have a penthouse on the top floor of that beautiful building, but it's all going to waste on you.
The only reason I'm never coming out of this room is because I don't ever want to run into you or your wife. I get that both Mom and Dad will let you into their lives all the time, but I hate having you guys around.
Huh? Why is that?
If I'm to leave my place at any point in time, you and your wife try to come in here and mess with things. And there are even times you both will come and take things of mine back to your guys' house.
You and I are family, so it's totally okay for us to have some of your things.
No, it's totally not fine. I've had to start going to the bathroom in my room in order to not ever have you guys coming in and stealing things from me. And when I'm hungry, I can only eat these emergency rations I've saved up so that I don't have to go out.
Huh? What the heck? You're a crazy woman. Hearing you say things like that about your lifestyle really makes me want to come over to your place even more.
What?
Hey, tonight I'm going to be staying over there. Please and thank you.
Huh? Go away! This is not the place that you and your wife can come over to and do anything you want at. And this doesn't only go for you two, but Mom and Dad as well, all right?
Huh? What the heck are you going on about now? Take a look at yourself in the mirror for me and tell me all that again.
What? That doesn't even make any sense.
Oh, it does. You are in your 40s now, yet you still plan on living in Mom and Dad's penthouse for the rest of time? You're like a parasite to those two.
Huh?
I don't want to hear your huh anymore. Listen, Robin. That penthouse is supposed to be going to someone like me, as I'm the older brother. Which means that I have the right to choose who lives in there and who doesn't.
Wait, I really want to know what the frick is going on with you right now. This penthouse is not Mom and Dad's place, and it sure as hell is not going to become yours anytime soon.
Huh? I really want to know myself. What is going on with you? Like I've been saying, you have no right to still be living there. Mom and Dad still live in that place with you, which means that the place is theirs, right?
Did you already forget everything I explained to you before?
Oh, I know the story. About how that place happens to be your fiancé's, but as of right now, he's overseas and can't do anything about us here.
So you do remember what I was telling you about.
Do you think I'm actually gonna believe you have a fiancé who's overseas now? I've never even met this fiancé of yours before. And why the hell would he choose to go overseas when he should be thinking about marrying you? This must mean he's not real.
I told you that he was assigned to go overseas for work, though.
You're crazy.
Do you want me to get him on the phone right now and have him talk to you? I can ask him right now, and I'm sure he'd be more than happy to do a video call with you so that you can see his face.
Ah, that's right! You're going on about your fictional boyfriend now.
What?
Come on now, you're too old for that crap, alright? It's sad for me to hear something like that about my little sister, to be honest. I guess you really are the kind of person who won't ever change their ways unless they are met with a cold, hard truth.
What are you talking about?
No worries, it's nothing. Well, I want you to enjoy whatever time there is left for you to be living as a shut-in here.
Isaiah, can you talk right now?
Hey, Robin! It's like 2 in the morning there right now, right? You don't have to call me all this time, alright? I don't want you to have to overdo things just because there is such a difference in time between us.
Yeah, I know. Normally I would have called you at an earlier time when you were just getting up or something. But this time I have something I needed to talk about with you when you're not still sleepy.
Well, if that's important, then maybe it was the right idea, calling me when I'm fully awake. Is it about your parents again?
Well, my parents are a part of this. Actually, they've gotten my brother and his wife involved now.
You kidding me?
At first, I was fine with only my parents staying here for a bit, but, well, they seem to keep sticking around in this house and have no plans of leaving. And I guess that's led my brother to think that he can stay here now.
So they think they could just move into a house that's not theirs and live there forever? I guess if they already have their things there, and there's no way of really forcing them out without some good reasoning.
I think so. When it comes to me letting my parents stay here at first, it was due to them not being able to pay rent on their place because it had gone up so much. And you said yourself that it was fine for them to come and stay for a while, so I let them move in. But while they've been here with me, my brother started to think that this place has been Mom and Dad's all along, and now he wants to live here too. Of course, it's not helping that my parents won't move out.
Kicking them out or asking for them to never come again is probably a really hard task for you to handle alone, right? I'm not talking about your parents right now, but just your brother and his wife.
I've tried that already, but my parents keep letting them in, forcing me to shut myself into my room while they're around. And what makes all of this worse is that when they've been coming over, they will take things, even from our room. I've had to start putting all the more valuable things in here with me and make sure to keep the room door locked at all times with me in here. Sometimes they'll be in the house for the whole day, and I'll have to force myself to go to the bathroom in here and eat some of our canned foods. Right now, my brother thinks I'm some sort of freak because I never leave my room anymore.
That's not good at all. And actually, if they're stealing things from the penthouse, you could call the police on them.
Well, I've been wanting to, but I thought it would be best to wait for you to come home since it's not my penthouse. And as of right now, it's a 1 versus 4 situation with me going against my whole family. Calling the police at a time like this would most likely make things worse for me.
Hey, Robin? Out of all things you happen to have, how much of it is things that you could, never live without and would like to hold on to for as long as you can?
Huh? Let me think.
This isn't meant to be a trick question or anything. I just want to know how much you have that you would not want to lose.
Well, to keep the list short, I'd have to say clothing and jewelry that you've given me all this time and the engagement ring I have. Also my laptop that has all my work information on it and all of my backup hard drives and such. And also the pressed flower collection that I got from my grandpa before he passed away. What about that printer I have? Do you think that's something we could always buy again?
Good point. I think that could be bought again if needs be.
Well then, I guess those are the only things I'd never want to lose.
Alright. Do you think you can fit all of those things into one large moving box or something like that?
Right. All of those things I've listed off aren't big or really that heavy on a way. So I could probably get them all into one decent-sized box. Can you tell me why you're asking me things like this?
Sure. I was planning on telling you what'll happen come morning over there for you. But well, I'll let you know now. Next week I'm planning on coming back to the States for a little bit.
Wait, really? Does this mean things are finally...
That's right. It seems that things have gone a lot quicker than I'd expected here, so... Well, I'll be able to stay in the US for about 3 months or so this time, so I was thinking during that time, you and I can figure all of this out.
Understood. Well, I'll do whatever I can here to start getting things off to a good start for us.
Alright. If you can help me out with that box you'll pack up, with all the things you don't want to lose, that would help. Well then, do you think we can call it here for now? It's the middle of the night for you there, and I'm sure you're sleepy, right?
Well, I'm a little sleepy, actually.
Then you need to go to sleep. When there are more things for me to have you do, I'll send you the list and you can get started on them.
All right, then.
Maybe I'll send it in a few hours here.
Then I'll read it when I get up.
Please. Well, good night, Robin.
Good night, Isaiah.
Hey, Robin! Today I want you out of this penthouse.
What?
Mom, Dad, my wife, and myself all got together and had a little chat. You've been trying way too hard to get Mom and Dad's money, haven't you? You're also in your 40s now and still haven't gotten married. Instead dreaming about a fiancé that's not even real.
Did you ever stop to think that the reason I might not be married yet is because I happen to have a useless family that is always leeching off me?
You have no right saying that about us when you're an old hag that can't seem to tell lies from reality. To get you to wake up from that stupid dream about some fiancé you think you have, we're making you homeless.
So you're saying that the four of you are going to kick me out of this penthouse?
Well, when you say we're kicking you out like that, it makes the four of us look bad. I'm just trying to help my little sister get back to reality. And that requires us to be a little hard on you.
Well, I'm not even there anymore.
Huh?
I wasn't able to relax in that place while you and your wife were there. So, before having to deal with any of you guys anymore, I made my move.
Oh! Amazing!
All of the things in my room are no longer needed by me, so go ahead and take whatever you'd like from there. That goes for the whole penthouse as well.
Really? I see! And just so you're still aware, I'm gonna be taking over this penthouse now. So, it was all gonna be mine whether you gave me permission or not.
Well, please take great care of Mom and Dad for me.
Like you did anything to care for them. All you were was a cruddy parasite to them that locked yourself away in their house. Goodbye forever! Hey, Robin! A freaking lawyer is here! He's been going on about whose place this is and whose name is on it! What the hell is all this about?
I'm sure that the lawyer has already explained that part to you, right? My fiancé, the one with his name on the penthouse, making it his, is asking you and the 3 other squatters there to get the heck out of his place right now.
What are you going on about? This is Mom and Dad's place?
I told you so many times already now that it's not.
But Dad said...
Both Mom and Dad had to end up stumbling into that place with me because the 2 of them are too stupid and hopeless to help themselves anymore. And after they started to force themselves to live with me long term, you start to think for no good reason that the place was Mom and Dad's and that you could come anytime you pleased. Are you starting to realize how stupid that was of you and that there's no way out of this now?
Huh? Why are you trying to blow so much smoke up my butt?
Are you kidding me? I'm not blowing any smoke. Dad was fired from his job almost a year ago.
He was fired?
He was at a party for work and there was a new employee that he wasn't really fond of, and so he decided to pour beer all over them. And well, that new employee just so happened to be the CEO's son.
The CEO's son?
Because of that, the company started to investigate Dad and found a full list of compliances that he'd been recorded causing. The company, after seeing all that, decided Dad was too far gone to be retrained or helped in any manner and chose to fire him.
What the heck?
After being fired, he was far too old for any other companies to want to hire him. And that led to him no longer being able to afford the apartment he was renting with Mom. So I went and asked my fiancé if it'd be okay for them to stay with me for a little while, and he said that was fine.
Are you being serious right now?
I really thought that by having that lawyer show up at the front door, you would have all realized that I was not playing around with you all, and neither is my fiancé.
Are you kidding me, though?
I'm sure you've already heard this, but that penthouse is being set for sale. So you all go back to your apartment or wherever right now.
What?
And this means you'll be taking Mom and Dad with you as well.
No! You hold it right there! I've had enough of this crap from you. Luckily for my wife and I, we haven't gotten rid of our apartment just yet. so we can make things work. But it's not big enough for Mom and Dad to be coming there too.
Is that so? You've been in that penthouse for a month now, right? Have you not been the one taking care of Mom and Dad this whole time there?
I want you to come back and take these two hags with you.
That's not going to happen, though.
Why the hell not?
Because I'll be moving overseas with my fiancé soon to a brand new world without any of you guys around.
What? You're moving overseas?
He is still required to be overseas for work for some time now. So we've decided that the two of us are just going to buy a house there, and that'll be our new home. He was actually able to get me a visa as well, because he pulled some strings to make it look as though I'm already his wife. So the two of us will be going earlier than expected. We've already finished up our packing and everything.
No way, no way! You stop all of that right now and come back here!
I told you, that's not happening.
Bull crap! And do you really think you'll be able to live in a completely new country all alone? You're in your 40s now, and have lived your whole life spoiled by Mom and Dad, never working a day in your life. You really think you can speak another language that'll allow you to live well? Good freaking luck!
You know that I'm a translator?
A translator?
I only started doing it after being proposed to by my fiancé, but I've learned that I am really good at it.
Are you... You're kidding.
I've been with my fiancé for over 5 years now, by the way.
What?
I told him that the reason I didn't want to marry him yet is because all my family is toxic and I didn't want him being dragged into all your guys' drama. But he was very accepting of that and told me he'd wait until I'm ready to be his wife. He's so loving, and he has always been there to take care of me. He even let me stay in his penthouse this whole time while he's been overseas.
Wait.
And, well, seeing that he's even gone to lengths to get me to move to another country with him, I have an answer.
Wait.
Once he and I are on that plane heading to our new house, I'm never coming back to the US.
I told you to freaking wait!
And with that, goodbye forever. A few days after that, my older brother and his wife got a divorce. I guess that his wife started to realize the risks of living with him as her husband were getting way too high and made her choice on the matter. And as for that apartment she'd been living in with my brother, it happened to be under her name. My brother and both my parents were kicked out of her place then and forced to become homeless for a few days as they marched over 20 miles to get to a family friend of theirs' house. They were allowed to all reside there for a little while, and while doing so it seems that my dad started to look for work again online. I thought that luck was on their side this time and that they would finally be able to get back on their feet, but that's when I found out the three of them have loads of debt. And by the looks of it, those three are never going to be able to break free from this life of never having any money, and should get acquainted with life as poor people. As for myself, I received my visa and was able to leave the US with my fiancé. He was so happy to finally have me for good this time, and wanted me to know he'd never leave my side again. And when we touched down in a new country, away from my family, he asked me if we could get married that month, and I said yes. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story.